Rob's Arcade. Actually, we should do that. Let's do that. Let's make that official. Let's make it official. Wait, can I go to like an options here? Stop this. No. Oh wait, there we go. Beautiful. Wonderful. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Rob's Arcade. I'm your host, Rob French, hanging out here with one of those like is it a retro re, re, retro rewind weekend. Why do I like call it that? So anyway, hanging out here, retro rewind weekend with a little bit of some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighter, which I don't think I've ever played this before. It's for the Sega Genesis, but I'm playing it, of course, on my PlayStation 5. Oh, cool, got a little meditates, a little cutscene here. Whoa. Arrgh. This is pretty cool. They're watching themselves. I'd rather find me a body. This is great. All right, so we're playing little retro games here on the PlayStation 5. One of the reasons why I love the PlayStation so much is that I'm able to go back and play these great classic titles. Oh, cool. That's actually some pretty smooth graphics. And one of my favorite things to do is hang out with you guys and share games that I would have perhaps rented back in the day. Video stores were a huge, just a staple in growing up in the 80s and 90s. And not just renting movies, but going in and picking up video carts as well. I think we used to call them like game tapes, videotapes, but they're actually carts, video cartridges, Sega carts. But we'd go in and we would rent these carts as well, and it was really like the only way to play, a wide variety and a vast library of games. Um, Growing up, you didn't always have, uh, like a ton of cash just to be dropping on games all the time. Let's go ahead, actually, I don't know if you guys have a favorite. I usually talk about everybody's favorite turtle in these segments. Nobody ever really leaves a comment about their favorite. Mine's always been Mikey. I like Raph a lot too. Donatello's pretty cool. I feel like nobody really picks Leonardo. I always like that. Like, yeah, why wouldn't you just put it on high? Bioplanet spaceship. We'll start with spaceship, I guess. But yeah, I like to hang out with you guys, do these little videos here. Oh, snap. Alright, what does what? What does what? Alright, so up is jump. Wow, that was quick. Is Clone April wearing a top? What is that? I don't even know what does what here. Oh, snap. Wow, it's like... She wins. Is there fatalities? Oh, replays. Instant replay. Wow. Let's go and try this again here. But yeah, so we would like, say go to the stores and rent these games. We didn't have like, Steam and like these little Xbox stores and PlayStation Pluses and all of this stuff where we could just go in and play any game we want to at any time. So we would go in. That really helped, right? Putting that up to 8. 8, come and get me. What? Alright, so let's see. Alright, pause is that. Let's see. What the frack? Oh, it's like a taunt. Dude, why, like, look. Why are her hits, like, so freaking powerful? And why are her boobs hanging out? That is crazy. I feel like, too, like, when there's, like, a body slam, like, there, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, but it's like the power is going down as she's, like, throwing you through the air, which doesn't make any sense, right? Like, usually the power would get taken away when you impact, like with a suplex, like when you hit the ground, not as they pick you up and start to carry you through the air. Is this like worse? How do you... Why won't it let me select a stage now? Now I'm stuck on a spaceship. This is crazy. This would have been a game I think I would have been smashing controllers in my room. I mean, look at that. She's... That's crazy. Right now, I've also got on Creepshow 2, which is a movie. I don't know if we rented that a lot. I feel like we had Creepshow 1 and 2. But definitely a favorite movie series growing up. I should be watching like a Ninja Turtle movie, like an 80s or 90s Ninja Turtle movie, but... Was the first one 89 or was the first one 90? Can't remember if the first one might have been 90. Alright, let's go with the one... I'm just going to keep it at 4. Now it won't let me select a stage. Now I'm like stuck on this. Like, how do I adjust her power settings and her speed? Like, I'm not so much worried about adjusting my power settings and my speed. I've got 2 concerns. 1, putting clothes on her. And then 2, figuring out, like what is that crap? I'm just gonna, like... Just gonna talk smack. I'm not going to try to fight anymore. I'm just going to talk smack and get my butt handed to me. That's crazy. Oh no, game over. I have to go back to the start. This is tough. Alright, so like now I can select a stage and then like what, you get stuck on... Oh, what? What the... Bro. That's crazy. So I think the purpose of this game is you basically, all right. So with this game, you would just fight your friends over, and I haven't even figured out what block is. What the crap? Why does it sound more like a robot and less like a clone? Dude, they are fighting. They're kicking our butt. All right, so I think, like, again, I think the point of this game is you would just invite your friends over and hang out and play this and, like, just wail on each other as Ninja Turtles. Like, you would pick your favorite turtles, probably. This would work better as a two-player game on the Sega Genesis. And, you know, I think, like, the idea is really cool, right? Like, you've been playing a handful of titles in the arcade and on your home consoles, whether it's the Nintendo or Game Boy or Super Nintendo, whatever, you know, Sega Genesis, whatever you have at your home. So you've been playing like handfuls of titles of Ninja Turtles and going through fighting the Foot Clan, saving April O'Neil, saving the day. And then they came up with this idea, well, what if we threw a bunch of turtles in to like a fighting game and, you know, see who would win in an actual fight between brother against brother, having a chance to actually go one-on-one with maybe Shredder or something. But like, look at the lineup here. Like, the lineup is pretty sad. You've got your four basic turtles, right? You've got April O'Neil and Casey Jones. Okay. Casey makes sense, but April O'Neil, I mean, I guess because, I mean, she's one of the only female characters, but she's never, well, I take that back. In more recent years, she does become more of a fighter. But at this point in, like, I feel like in the comics and even in, like, the cartoons and shows, she was more of just like a reporter, always getting in trouble and having to be rescued. So the idea of having her as a fighter just seems kind of interesting at this point. Now, I mean, yeah, of course, now it makes total sense. I believe even now in the comics, she's like actually leading the new Turtles. We have Ray, who's one of my favorite turtles, or excuse me, toys from the Turtle line. But this other guy on the back, I don't even know who that guy is. Like, that's like, so now, yeah, now you're stuck on futuristic planet. So then, like, if you're not going to play your friends, then the idea is you just, like, basically let each planet kick the crap out of you. But once the game is over, you can then go back to the main title screen and select a new stage. So even though the stages aren't, I guess, what they call, like, what, like, it's like a linear sense, like straight playthrough, you can't beat each level, but you can select each level after you've lost it like 3 times or something, I guess. Right? I feel like that's how many you got. Like, you get like 3 continues. All right, so yeah, let's go. Yeah, so we got the turtles, right? Which makes sense. You bring your boys over, you fight turtle against turtle. Casey Jones makes sense. I like this guy. He was a cool character. One of my favorite toys. One of my favorite like was it guest stars on the cartoon. April, now that I think about it, does make a bit more sense, but she kind of reminds me of like Blaze here from Street to Rage. Syphilis. I don't know why Syphilis is in here. Let's pick Syphilis. I don't even like really remember him. Futuristic City Planet. He's like, I don't belong here. Ow! I should be on Beetleborgs. It's actually like, ooh. Dude, he's actually like, he's like actually lasted the freaking longest out of any of the characters that I played with so far. He's wearing like a samurai outfit. This I don't know, samurai beetle. Wow. What's interesting too is like how bad the control response is on this, and like, I mean, like taking into consideration like the Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo controllers. I mean, they were great controllers for the time, but not some of the best controllers when it comes to like beat 'em ups and fighter games. I mean, I feel like out of the two, the Super Nintendo, just on a general release, had a better button combination because you had the top shoulder buttons, you had, you know, the four AB, was it like XY buttons, and so like you had more to choose from. Sega only had the three button configuration. Who do I want to lose with now? Um, and then later, Sega had the six button controller, but kind of limited on. Oh, this guy's so slow. What is that? Look, what is that? Oh, wow. I do not get, like, why, like, what is the relation to the numbers at the beginning? I don't feel like it really changes a damn thing. Dude, what is block? Somebody please tell me what block is. It's not start, that's pause. That's crazy. And then you get to laugh. And then you go back. So, let me see something. Are there more players? Yeah, no, and that's... Oh, that's so crazy. Oh, no, wait, I don't have a second. Wait, is there a back? Wait, is there a way to go... No, I don't want to... What would be... A quick game for sure. Does that help anything? No. I wanna unselect. Anyway, well, there we go. That's Turtle Tournament Fighter in a nutshell. I'll go ahead and wrap it up here and just go ahead and finish watching a little bit of Creepshow 2. Yeah, awesome. So, again, just kind of wanted to share some of the great titles that I would have been playing. And again, this would have been a blind kind of buy thing, you know? You go to the video store, you look on the back of the box, and see all these cool characters. I mean, like, even this image here on the far right side with Michael, or no, excuse me, Raphael going up against one of the Dinobots there. You get the idea that, like, oh man, you're gonna be like fighting this, or like being able to even pick that character, and he's not even in the selection. I think that's where this game really kind of like falls short. Is like, not only are the controls super unresponsive, you know, kind of slow. I don't see what those numbers mean at the beginning, like the speed, power thing. It doesn't change any, like, it doesn't help. I can't figure out what even block does. And again, you know, this would have been on the Sega Genesis. You've only got like about a three button configuration to kind of like manipulate, like block and punch and kick and all these things. So already not a very user-friendly format, and then it's just it you know, drives like a go-kart with square wheels. It's just really, really, really rough. Um, but again, this I think is something you would invite your friends over uh, and pick these four um, lame backup characters or one of the Ninja Turtles and battle it out to see who would win. To me, something like this would actually do really well, I think, today on a next gen system, sort of like a Mortal Kombat or even Street Fighter type game with Ninja Turtle characters. Maybe even throw in some guest stars of like the Power Rangers and some of the other characters that they've encountered throughout their stories, um, as like selectable characters as well. Maybe even, I don't know, have Krang as a playable character. I mean, I don't know. There's also an option, I guess, as you play that maybe other characters could potentially unlock in the background. But typically that's kind of signified by question marks and blocks, like there's characters to unlock. So I don't know. I would have to kind of look that up. Like I said, I'm literally jumping into this game, playing this as if I would have been running it for the first time on a Saturday afternoon back in the 90s. So I don't know. I mean, maybe there's more characters you can unlock as you go through and actually get a chance to play as like, as lame as it sounds, and I guess really maybe the only option, clone April O'Neil or clone Leonardo. I mean, again, you're just like changing the colors of the sprite, basically. What would it look like to have a Shredder, Super Shredder character? The Neutrinos. I don't know. Mondo, Get-Go, Bebop, and Rocksteady. I mean, where are they at? Why aren't they in this game? But something like that in a Mortal Kombat kind of style, or something like that kind of updated, I think would be really awesome. Anyway, hope you found this video really awesome. Thank you for tuning in with me. It's just amazing to look at stuff like this and to see that, like, how far video games have made it, and the fact that they are still around. I've said it time and time again. It's one of those mediums that I just feel like it's very special, very, very unique. Even in the stuff that I'm into, like comics and comics, animation, things like that. I feel like it's always gotten better, like it's always improved over the years. And the same with video games. But like I said, even some of the worst early animation and, the comics and music and all these things, like it's even the earliest and first primal examples of it are amazing. And when you look at the primal and the first examples of video games and where they are now, it really is amazing that they have survived the test of time. Anyway, guys, thank you so much again for hanging out. I hope you enjoyed my video. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Please leave a comment down below. As always, take care of yourself, take care of each other, and until next time, don't spend your quarter anywhere else. Take care, guys.